my god.
Hi y'all, we're making an absolutely heinous creation today where I make everything I like to eat from scratch and try to shove every last one of them into a single sandwich that will become so monstrous that not only is it probably 10,000 calories, but is also impossible to fit into your mouth without unhinging your entire jaw. So anyways, here we are making oven-baked chashu because it's actually so freaking flavorful and juicy and cheap when you make it at home. You do want to let the pork booty sit in the marinade overnight, so make sure to get this done and in the fridge the day before. And then we're going to admire the produce we picked.
Oh, this is a big boy. Wow, wow, wow. Heavy.
And this is just so we can pickle some carrots and radish banh mi style that same night so the veggies can soak up all the sugary, vinegary goodness. I staunchly believe that any sandwich worth talking about has a pickled element to it to help cut through the rest of the rich layers, which, brace yourself, is why I never really loved a grilled cheese. But before you block me, have any of you had one with pickled red onions in it? Because then it really becomes the next level. So please go try it and make me say I told you so. Anyways, this is a quick pickle, which means you can just let the veggies sit in the hot brine and refrigerate for storage without any of the finicky things you have to keep in mind for traditional canning and fermentation. So we're just gonna let it do its thing now.
The next day.
Alright, first things first, we're going to let the chashu sit out at room temp while we preheat our oven and arrange them on a wire rack that's resting over a sheet pan, which I've sheathed in a bit of foil because I hate washing sheet pans because the pan is so bulky and flat that when I try to fit it in my kitchen sink, the water just splashes right onto my face and half the pan doesn't even fit within the sink basin. So sometimes the dirty, greasy water is also dripping onto the floor and often my feet, and getting my feet wet and dirtied in my own shoeless Asian household is my personal definition of hell. Anyhow, you just saw me prep the salted fresh cabbage mixture where I absolutely failed to shred it with a potato peeler because a potato peeler is really for peeling potatoes and not shredding cabbage for those like me who are completely unaware. And so I gave in and just cut it into thin slices with a knife, which honestly turned out perfectly fine, but if you do have a cabbage shredder or mandolin, I recommend using that. Now for the sketchiest part of this recipe, we're going to be trying to make a milk bread panuzzo. And no, this is not a real thing, and we'll see why shortly. But traditionally, a panuzzo is made with pizza dough and is an extremely satisfying vehicle for sandwich toppings because the bread part is so chewy and thin and light, and most importantly, easy to eat. So for my milk bread version, I'm using my second batch of dough for milk bread round 3 and rolling it out as thinly as I can to then spread a scallion garlic butter mixture onto half of it to fold over itself so that when it bakes up, I'll be able to lift the top away from the bottom to stuff with sandwich ingredients. Do you see the vision? Because hold on to that vision, because this illusion of a good idea is about to be absolutely shattered.
Gosh, it's fire.
Guys, I'm kind of scared. It's time to put the bread in, but this is kind of the make or break part to see if the bread will behave like I think it will. Fingers crossed. Judgment Day! And voila! It kind of looks good. I was looking kind of impressed with my invention here and everything was feeling real good until I actually started assembling a sandwich and I realized that I didn't roll it thinly enough and milk bread is just a puffy dough, so it wasn't letting me be as generous with my chashu that I wanted to be. And then I still had to stuff in my banh mi pickles and then my fried egg. Then you think we're finally done, but no, we need to forcefully shove in a quarter head of shredded cabbage because we're nothing if not an overachiever. And now look at this monstrosity, everyone.
How the fuck are you supposed to eat this? Holy shit.
Honestly, the cross-section looked kind of pretty, and it tasted great, but you can witness the pain I felt trying to get it into my mouth, and my boyfriend being sweet because he saw how stressed I was.
That's so yummy.